And so they haggled and they bargained, but there were no uniform prices. It's, as somebody once said, that the handwritten book was a second-hand market.
Down to Greece. The post-literate book exists in another ground.
Surely reading is half of it is thinking as well as
guessing and... for example, when I look up the word read and find that it means to guess.
Every book was different, and you settled the price by second-hand haggling.
Surely is...
Overnight, they moved into a new economics.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's fascinating. Guessing, and it is judgment, it is decision-making, but it does require a very high degree of rapid...
And that is not a one-man job. It takes a lot of dialogue and a lot of observation.
But based on books. Then they tried to extend that principle to other commodities as much as possible.
Half of it is thinking.
So that mass production was really, came out of the paradigm or the matrix of the printing press.
Well, for example, when I look up the word read and find that it means to guess.
Quantities of information to cope with that the older methods of classified filing of classified information in our memories and so on will not serve.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's fascinating. Guessing and
to this day, at the present time, that whole mass production system is in the melting pot again with the computer.
It is judgment, it is decision-making, but it does require a very high degree of rapid...
And capitalism, as Marx understood it, disappeared quite a long time ago because of the completely different nature of money. Money is now information. It's not hardware anymore.
It calls it, the mechanical bride, so that something which is should be natural.
So you can now get a credit card which will allow you to use money.
Is no longer natural. It's being created by.
But a lot of places will not accept credit cards. Because of bookkeeping problems, all sorts of problems.
The new language of industry.
Now the credit card is a flip over to this acoustic world.
The new language of industry.
Credit is very mysterious stuff. It's made of information only. It's not made of metals and the bankers don't understand it anymore. No, I assure you, they're as confused about these matters as anybody could be.
There you go. Had a ground on that
Video.
One possibility is that we do some licensing.
Raised in Vietnam, and they came here the day the war ended. So my aunt, she was young, and she has an interesting Chinese, Vietnamese.
Well, as somebody once said, children now become gray at 3. They have acquired so much information about the world by the age of 3 that they're in a sense senile. And this vast amount of data that
Oklahoma accent, so she talk like this, you know. We love her.
There may be among the things we're looking at, just in terms of improving the bottom line of the company and basically managing a business to maximum results. One possibility is that we do some licensing. There may be among the things we're looking at, just in terms of improving the bottom line of the company and basically managing a business to maximum results. One possibility is that we do some licensing.
Let's talk about corporate influence in the media. And before I do, I am very aware that we're extremely lucky here on HBO. We don't have advertisers. So if I want to say that, for instance,
we stand tall. You have to wake up and smell the coffee.
Systems and basically create more robust systems.
Send you the package as a direct personal service. This is where we're heading under electronic information conditions. Products increasingly are becoming services.
What kind of a world would you rather live in? Is there a period in the past or a possible period in the future you'd rather be in?
I'd rather be in any period at all, as long as people are going to leave it alone for a while. Just let go, just leave it now.
But they're not going to, are they?
No. So the only alternative is to understand everything that's going on and then neutralize it as much as possible, turn off as many buttons as you can, and frustrate them as much as you can. I am resolutely opposed to all innovation, all change, but I am determined to understand what's happening, because I don't choose just to sit and let the juggernaut roll over me.
And all of these contracts I just showed you are
all change, but I am determined to understand what's happening, because I don't choose just to sit and let the juggernaut roll over me.
So
you think eventually?
Oh, sure. It's very. It's quite. Again, it doesn't matter. But what prompts me in my activities is the feeling that I am increasingly adequate to the problems of the time. Now, I'm not interested in being a man of letters. I'm not interested in having any reputation as a writer. But as an observer and as a commentator, an analyst, yes, I do insist on being felt. And by the way, you can tell when you're being felt by the sort of people who get angry at you.
Yeah? What do you make of your own critic?
I managed to get almost everybody mad at me and they're the ones who are stupid. The stupid people will always get angry at you.
And you think the more the better?
The more the better. That is to let them come out in the open.
But do you think really there's that many dumb people?
Total bullshit with like a real stink of loophole-iness, in my opinion. And these projects will be shot and edited and in the can and ready to go with a bow on it for when the strike is over. They'll be ready to sell to streamers, albeit at our new deal rates. And I think that feels shitty to some people because...
I think there are very, very, very few intelligent people. I mean, very few, maybe a couple of dozen. If that. That's an awful lot of people.
What, in the world?
In the world, yes. That's an awful lot of people. Now,
there's more than that.
Most people are just little consumers. They're going along for the ride. They're not going to do any thinking. They're not going to do any perceiving. How many people are going to actually do perceiving? Some of my best students are rivals of mine. People like Hugh Kenner and Walter Owen. They not only steal everything I have, but they try to make their own personal reputations by using my approaches too. Mm-hmm. Which is, I think, a good sign.
It's okay, isn't it?
It's a good sign.
At least they're intelligent.
They are smart enough to use my stuff, yeah. But they become rivals. They don't become disciples. They become rivals.
And do you want disciples?
I don't know.
That's fine.
I'd rather have rivals. I think.
It'd be better to have co-worker.
Yeah, that's very desirable. I've always been very fortunate in having at least a couple of people at any one time who are able to discuss problems at a pretty good level. You have to have that.
Yeah, because
you have to have some dialogue.
Unless you're just staying put.
Oh, well, after all, remember now, my method does not permit you to stay put. The thing is changing, the ground is changing all the time, and you have to move with it quickly.
Yeah, but you can still lose grip with reality.
Oh, yeah, except that if you are in motion, you can keep in touch. You certainly can't keep in touch by staying put, that's sure.
Yeah, that's true, but
okay. Well, anyway, I don't stay put. And I don't count out any problem from any one approach. I use many approaches.
What's your reaction when people quibble with you on facts?
Well, I can't think of any at the moment, but...
Well, I do think, this whole book is facts and facts and facts.
Which book is that now?
George lent it to me, the Pinko style.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it's all facts. It's a list of facts.
Give me one. Give me one.
But they're not models, they're not like